What's going on, friends? How are we doing today? Hopefully the day has treated you well. Trying to get my OBS back on to where it should be. Oh, come on. Start working properly. Holy heck, 12 months. Hi. Thank you, Egan. Come on, there. It's going to work for now, I think. That's the wrong stats. Anyway, hello, welcome. Thank you for the resubscribe. 12 months already. That's just crazy to think about. How are you doing this evening? Let's get this party started here with at least Stream Raiders. Have you consumed the foods and consumed the waters? There's a lot of bad guys up there. Let's see what we got in quests. Set battle plans, which we just did. Place healers, which we might. Okay, what do we got in the store? Not feeling 100%, getting there. Had some things to deal with on computer. And he sent me pictures of her eating ramen, which now I want, so I guess I'm making that. Now, are you doing the instant ramen, or are you going all out and making ramen? Because I really want a nice big bowl of actual ramen. Okay, got a few units here that need some upping here. Coding overloaded. Just the bag stuff, got it. I need to get more Vita? Vita? I don't remember. It's a ramen brand. Very good stuff, though. But there we go, friends. Unit. Our battle has been started. Unit is placed. Plans are in place. If you're up to it, feel free to place your units. We got a few guys we got to kill here. All the help would be greatly appreciated. I'm kind of munching on my own food at the moment. I had a few steak chimichangas at work, so I brought them home and finished off the last couple that I had here as well. It's good stuff. So the last time we played this, we made it into the Eternal Paradise or whatever, but I don't remember exactly what they called it. But we got there. I have too much stuff on my desk. I really need to clean it up. We went on a waypoint hunting spree. Oh, come on. That wasn't fair. And we've got a bunch of the waypoints in Sumaru all cleared up. There was one here that's underwater we can't seem to touch. We aren't entirely sure what's going on here or here, because in order for this to open up, there should be one of the statues, and I mean, we can walk in this point. Hi there, River. How are you doing? Thank you for the gaseous explodicus. Yeah, we've, it looks like we've gotten everything else. So if we have to do any fast traveling in Sumeru or in this entire area, we should be able to do so with pretty quick movements. Hanging out until kickoff. Oh, foosball. But today's primary goal, we are going to see about getting Evie. Evie. Hi, Tigressa. How are you? Thank you for playing Evie. We love our Evie.
I can do it.
National Championship game tonight? Of course I'm watching it. But, yes, we are now... Yes, Nahida. Okay, we are going to start on the next Nahida quest. And it looks like this is where we're going to be going. Doing alright. Watching winter finally show itself. Next week is supposed to be horrible here. Like, really bad cold. But as of tonight, we're supposed to get like 2 inches of rain, so we'll get what we get.
They finally made it to Caravan Riva. It's pretty lively here. So, just past this wall is the desert, huh? Oh, wow. Eva remembers hearing people call this the Wall of Samiel. It's made to block sandstorms from the outside. Oh, if it's this tall, it's gotta be the divine work of Greater Lord Rukkhadevata, right?
Enough gawking. Come on, follow me.
Hmm?
Huh?
Over here.
Snow? Yeah.
Wait, let's hurry.
That wouldn't be a terrible thing either. Fields could use a lot of snow around here. Need to get the nitrogen back in the ground. I sleep soon. Hope the impact is good. Well, thank you, Cycling, for stopping by. Hopefully you have yourself wonderful sleep.
What the? Where did she go?
Where did who go? Me?
How did we lose them? They were just here a second ago.
More airline mercenaries? Who are they working for this time? Anyway, Traveler, it seems like we were being followed again.
Both snow and fog have nitrogen. I think the old tale that I was told is they need 6 inches of snow for a certain amount of time to put into the back into the ground. I think it's the decay of snow that puts it. I don't know, but supposedly getting a lot of snow over fields for a period of time is good to put nitrogen back in the ground. Fog is also good for it, but it doesn't have the content.
You were too careless. You should have noticed those hopeless amateurs trailing you a long time ago. There's no need to thank me. I've never cared to keep track of personal favors. All I did was correct a mistake I happened to come across. It's a habit I developed at the academia.
You really gave Paimon a scare, Alhaitham. We never thought we'd run into you here.
Poor man's fertilizer? Just a natural fertilizer.
Last time we met at Port Ormos, didn't you say you were going back to the academia? Wait, don't tell Paimon that you're here to take us back on their orders.
Poor Cycling. There's some fertilizer. I was waiting for that.
Oh, so you've already landed yourselves on the academia's hit list. I can't say that I didn't expect it. However, had I wished to turn you over to the academia, Don't you think you'd already be the Eremites' honored guests by now?
If they could take me on.
Oh, right. You do have a point.
My chimichanga was falling apart. How dare it. Aw, that emote's really cute.
I have no interest in running errands for that project. As a scholar, I've always belonged to the camp that promotes researcher autonomy. And these days, you're more fascinating than anything the sages can offer.
Ooh. So you were actually looking for me.
Not quite. To tell you the truth, I'm still investigating the divine knowledge capsule. Unfortunately, I've run into some difficulties. Everyone says the capsule originated in the desert and was eventually moved to Port Ormos. If I am to get to the bottom of this, I must understand how the capsule first came to be. Which brings me back to you, and why you're so interesting.
Well, tell me already.
The leader of Ainul Athmar used the divine knowledge capsule right in front of you, and upon seeing him, your expression became perplexed, and you were lost in thought for quite some time.
I wish I remembered this.
To have that kind of reaction, I think you must have realized something. Are you interested at all in sharing what you've been hiding from me?
I would like to know. Maybe she can share with me too. This would be because I was shocked to hear those words again, world forget me. I really wish they would have the travelers' voices word these out for us.
Ethan, you really have a ridiculous eye for detail. What kind of person even notices or remembers stuff like that?
So that's your answer. Well, I do work for the academia after all. So considering that, it is indeed wise to keep your cards close to your chest.
This guy's got a pretty good fit for him, though. I like the black, golden, is it cyan?
But that does prove you do have some undisclosed information about the divine knowledge capsule. Am I right? No matter. Rather than simply learning the answers from you, I'd still prefer to investigate on my own. Speaking of, you two are also headed to the desert?
We just came back from the desert. We're tired of the desert.
That's right.
No, shut up, Paimon. You are emergency food.
We don't really have any concrete goals at the moment.
Then I'd suggest starting with Aru Village. It's the largest settlement in the desert, so it'll probably have more resources and intel than anywhere else. Well,
Excuse me.
would you like to head there together?
It's always better to travel with someone you know. Let's go.
Yes, we're going.
Before us lies Aru Village, the safe haven of the desert folk.
Whoa, this landscape is really something else. What a cool place. Let's go check it out.
Paimon, we were literally here. What? This is cool. This kid's got moves. Do we gotta beat him up?
Unless my memory fails me, we have barely spoken 2 words to each other before now at the academia. Would you care to enlighten me as to when and how I invited the General Mahamatra's wrath?
Oh, Hatham. Do not think you can escape my judgment just because you managed to escape my attack.
Judgment? So that's how you'd characterize your actions here, is it? Or would elimination perhaps be a more accurate description?
Sorry, I wouldn't put my plate away. Alright, let's get back to this.
Had I used my full strength, not even this traveler would have been able to stop me.
You want to bet?
Though styled like an assassination, I sought only to ensure that my target would be unable to flee or resist. Standard practice for the mantra, as well you know.
Mm-hmm.
Seemed to me more like your own personal touch.
Wait. I think this is what I wanted. Yeah, there it is. Hang on a second. I'm fixing stuff. I found the last little dock that I needed for OBS.
Who was that, Al-Haytham? Did you call him General Mahamatra?
Yes. General Mahamatra Sino, head of all the Matra at the Academia. He's a formidable hunter, and the ultimate nightmare for any who have committed academic crimes.
You seem to have placed a lot of trust in Al-Haytham, to the point of blocking an attack for him. If I were you, I'd never choose to side with him. I wouldn't believe a single word that comes out of his mouth. I've been pursuing this scribe for a long time. I urge you, stand back and do not seek to defend him any longer. Otherwise, there will be consequences.
I don't trust him as much as you seem to think, but that doesn't mean I'm going to stand by and do nothing.
Has Al-Haytham done something wrong? Hyman doesn't think he's as bad as you made him out to be.
I won't waste my breath explaining things. Al-Haytham, I saw it during our fight. Take it out. The divine knowledge capsule you're hiding on your person. Unless you want me to retrieve it for myself.
Very perceptive of you. Nothing escapes a Matra's senses.
Wait, the divine knowledge capsule? Didn't it fall into the Matra's hands in Port Ormos?
No wonder you speak with such confidence, Sino. But I must admit, I'm very curious. What does this capsule mean to you? And why, as General Mahamatra of the Academia, are you all alone in the desert? As far as I'm aware, the other Matra have been speculating about your disappearance. Have you been given a mission that's, let's say, morally dubious? If I was the real target of your mission, what was stopping you from simply using your authority and resources to judge me within the walls of the Academia?
Hey!
I should have known you'd be difficult to deal with.
You two! Ugh. What you would do, Traveler? Hyman feels like we can't trust either of them.
Well, look at you two.
Hey!
Self-righteous over there.
We like her.
Wait,
We know she is a friend. And she's hot. Holy cow, she's hot.
finally someone that we can trust. You gotta help us out here. Otherwise, these two are gonna start fighting again.
Yeah, sure looks that way. Two giants from the Academia duking it out once and for all. Not something you get to see every day, that's for sure. Listen, I know you academic types love to fill up your big brains with self-righteous morality and lord your empty rules and virtues over each other. But how dare you bring your petty disputes into the safe haven of Aru Village? It seems like someone's gonna have to beat some sense into your thick skulls until you finally learn to respect these grounds.
Yep, I love her. Love the feistiness. Neither of them can afford to be distracted by Dea. They're still looking for an opportunity to attack.
Hey, did either of you hear a word I just said?
Whoa, what's going on? The wind's so strong. Is this a sandstorm? Hyman's gonna get blown away.
Another sandstorm? What's up with these recently?
Hey! All of you, over here, quickly! We have to take cover!
Someone's calling for us.
She can yell at me all she wants. I love her voice.
Well, this is pretty awkward. Hey, wanna play sardines with three people who wanna tear each other limb from limb? Sure, why not? Sounds fun. You're so thick and heavy. Paimon can hardly keep floating anymore.
It's so funny.
Sincere apologies, everyone. This is the
Hello.
home of our village chief. I will have to ask you to make do with this small room until the sandstorm dies down.
Who is this person?
Please, let me introduce myself. I am Candace, protector of Aru village.
Our savior has come at last. Nice to meet you, Candace. The name's Paimon. Thank you so much for helping us.
There's no need to thank me. It's only right to help each other when the weather gets rough.
Wow, she's so gentle and caring, like a nice older sister. Unlike those guys over there.
Alright, now that we're all better acquainted, we should return to the topic at hand. As a guardian charged with the responsibility to protect my fellow villagers from harm, I was observing your conflict from afar, even before the sandstorm started.
Whoever this voice actress is, she's got a really nice, soothing voice.
And now that you have set foot within our village itself, it is all the more my responsibility to make absolutely sure that you pose no threat whatsoever to us. So please, have an honest and sincere conversation with one another, and put your hostile feelings to rest.
I don't think that's gonna happen. Why is he wearing the headdress of Anubis?
If anyone dares to start anything again while they are under this roof, I will not hesitate to send them out for some quality time with the creatures of the sandstorm.
Oh, on second thought, Paimon may have misjudged Candace's character.
And that goes for you too, Miss Dia.
She hasn't done nothing yet.
Do I make myself clear? Alright, we got it, Candace. That's what I like to hear. So, which of you will begin?
I was supposed to be a mediator, but I might have gotten a little too involved just now. Anyway, one of those two should probably start talking.
Wait, that was you trying to be a mediator?
I have nothing to hide. There's no shame in explaining myself. While Al Haytham wasn't wrong about the other Matra not knowing my whereabouts, it's not because I've been assigned a morally dubious mission. Rather, I've chosen to exile myself.
Huh? Exile yourself?
A little while ago, I discovered that there was data missing in the Academia's project planning and development files. What little they did report clearly did not match the project's actual progress. As General Mahamatra, I had the responsibility and authority to request an audit. However, to my surprise, the person responsible for the erroneous data was none other than Grand Sage Azar himself.
And the plot thickens.
I tried to investigate the issue myself by submitting a formal audit request, but I soon found that all leads and potential pieces of incriminating evidence were carefully concealed from me. I began to realize that
Hi, Moo.
cautious of me from the very beginning. Unsurprisingly, the Grand Sage rejected my audit request as soon as the submission reached his desk. He even said to me, "The power of the General Mahamatra is granted by the sages. You have no right to judge us."
So they really are up to no good.
I realized then that to the Grand Sage, the Matra are nothing more than tools for the sages to assert and maintain their control over knowledge. The vows that we took, the principles that we strive to uphold, they are meaningless to the Academia of today. I believed it would be wise to flee the Academia before the sages had a chance to take action against me. This way, they can no longer see nor predict my actions. actions.
Smart.
I will never give up on this investigation. There's no need for someone else to give me power or authority. Once I find the truth, I will administer judgment by my own name.
Interesting. Now, I do have a problem. They can pick up information off of these things based off what he knows and understands. So, why is he still wearing it? Drives me nuts.
Sino seems to have the same goal as us. Investigating the sages. Plus, now that he's no longer the General Mahamatra, he somehow feels a lot less scary.
What if that whole story was just made up?
Well, Sino, if that's your story, then why did you see Alhaitham as a target?
When I was investigating the matter in the academia, I overheard a conversation between Alhaitham and a sage. The sages asked you to investigate a blonde-haired traveler. Do you dispute this, Alhaitham?
What?
Like many parts of the project, this assignment was undocumented. Now,
How is the mood tonight?
suspicious behavior with the divine knowledge capsule, and I think we deserve an explanation.
Sages were watching me from the very beginning.
Yes, I was indeed tasked with investigating the traveler.
Better than yesterday? Well, I'm sorry you had a bad day yesterday, but glad you're having a better one today.
After all, the promised reward was so great that hardly any scholar could have refused. The sage told me, once you've completed this assignment, I can give you a glimpse of divine knowledge.
The most enticing offer.
Unfortunately, those academics don't know me at all. Their words contained one key piece of information, namely that divine knowledge indeed exists. That gave me all I needed to know. From my perspective, the sages are far from trustworthy.
Like most of yesterday?
Isn't it a little strange that you're willing to share divine knowledge with anyone, even as a reward? So, I began my own investigation following the lead of the divine knowledge capsule.
Well, hopefully you're feeling better.
I realized my wisdom in committing to this rather than collaborating with the sages. Had I been less guarded, I probably would have ended up like that Ainul Ahmar mercenary, incapable of remaining sane for long enough to hold a conversation.
You mean that the sages originally planned to dispose of you, using one of those capsules that drive people insane?
Did you join forces with me just so you can investigate?
I'd already given up on the assignment by then. I only told the academia I was waiting in Port Ormos for you to appear so they wouldn't suspect anything. So it came as quite a surprise when I encountered my erstwhile target while investigating the divine knowledge capsule.
Been feeling unwell, but so seem a bit better. Well, that's good. Make sure you keep staying hydrated. Keep resting, friend.
Criminals do love to talk about coincidences.
Even though I ran into the traveler by chance, I had no intention of providing assistance to the academia. Also, you should remember, you were the ones who decided to follow me and strike up a conversation after I left that tavern.
Is that enough to prove his innocence?
True. Alhaitham helped us out at Caravan Rebat as well. Maybe he's telling the truth.
I'm willing to apologize, if that's worth anything to you. I took the divine knowledge capsule behind your back because I judged its existence to be a significant risk. I felt that it would be best for no one to interact with it before it had been properly studied. After all, curiosity often proves to be the most dangerous thing in this land.
You should be well aware, Scribe Alhaitham, that curiosity can also lead you to danger and suspicion. Answer me this. Did the sages share any information about their project with you?
Have I not made myself clear? You and I are both distrusted by the academia. Do you really think they would tell me anything?
Fine. Although you haven't completely proven your innocence, I won't regard you as an enemy, for now.
He has, I want to say, dragon or lizard-like eyes.
As you wish.
Good. I'm glad to see you two clearing up your misunderstandings. And now you, Dia. I believe
Wait, what? What's up with the hottie?
Oh, sorry. Whatever the boys were talking about must have been so boring that I spaced out. My situation is pretty straightforward. My employer, Dunyarzad of the Homayani family, is friends with the Traveler and is currently recovering from her illness at home. I had nothing going on, so I decided to return to Arden Village for a visit. I was actually looking forward to a pretty exciting time getting back together with everyone here. But then I saw these two random guys in the middle of a pointless argument. It ticked me off, and things went downhill from there.
Is that all? Well, I will admit that definitely sounds like your style. In that case, welcome back, dear.
Ooh, that voice. Ha ha ha.
That's more like it. I missed you all so much, Candace.
What?
Whoa! What was that sound?
What the hell?
No need to worry. Now that you're no longer at each other's throats, please make yourselves at home. I'll take a quick trip outside to clear out some of those creatures in the sandstorm.
Creatures? In the sandstorm? Are you sure you don't want some backup?
Fighting in a sandstorm is not for the faint-hearted. Anyone without extensive training in these conditions is at a disadvantage. You needn't worry.
But can we go watch?
Yeah, just leave them to Candace. Don't worry, she's as tough as they come.
The winds died down.
Aww.
That means the sandstorm's over, right?
We'll have to try that one again, friends, because we did not make it.
Still isn't back yet, though. Is she alright? Maybe we should go out and check on her.
When you put it that way, even I'm starting to feel a little worried. Alright, let's go. We've been here long enough, and the boys are as chatty as the floor.
And it. There we go. Alright, so there we go. We have control. Don't I have her? I could have swore we had Dea, or however her name is pronounced, but I guess not. Maybe she's not available. That's a shame. Oh, wait, that is the door. Alright, let's get back into some action. Enough cutscenes. How's the audio and video coming across? Everything doing alright? I was going to bump this up a little bit here. Well, that's a challenge totem there. Oh, they're doggies.
Candace, you're still fighting? You've been out here dealing with these creatures the entire time?
Yes. They just keep coming in waves. I've lost count of how many I've defeated. Before I realized it, even the sandstorm had stopped.
Here comes another wave!
Leave this round to us. I got interrupted earlier, but now I have something to take my anger out on.
It's been quite a while since I've seen the flame main in action.
Game sounds kinda low. How about there?
I'll be sure to put on a good show. Let's go!
Come on.
Trust and leave it! No touching! Thorn of ice and foam! Don't blink! Nowhere to hide!
Sounds better? Good.
Animal test 6308! Stay clear! Incoming! Allow me! Don't blink! Hey! No touching!
What we fought just now was probably the aftermath of the sandstorm. So we should be safe for the time being.
Thank you, Moo.
Well fought, everyone. No injuries, I hope.
Who's this?
Who are you?
Ah, my apologies. I haven't had a chance to greet you yet. I had my hands full taking care of the village's elderly and children. I am the chief of Aru village. Everyone usually calls me Uncle Anpu.
Sir, I am also originally from the desert, but I have not been back for some time now. May I ask if such sandstorms are common?
I can't say they've always been common, but recently the storms have become increasingly severe and frequent. Besides sandstorms, we also occasionally get earthquakes. According to an investigator who stayed in the village a while ago, these unusual natural phenomena.
Another effect of Irminsul's withering. So, Irminsul's withering causes withering zones in the forest, and sandstorms and earthquakes here in the desert?
Everything in the natural world is inextricably connected to Irminsul. These regional symptoms can
Thank you,
indeed
Moo.
be a reflection of Irminsul's present state.
Everyone in Aru village needs to take good care of themselves. Speaking of which, why haven't I seen a single village keeper since I got here?
Village keeper? Who are they? Village guards like Candace?
Does your curiosity know no bounds? Village Keeper is how Aru village refers to mad scholars exiled here by the academia.
He's a little shit, ain't he? May not play slots, will try to help you win. I thank you, Moo.
Most of them are scholars who lost their sanity after a period of training in the Avidia forest. The academia believes that their crazed mutterings may have a negative effect on the psyches of other scholars. So, they're forcibly exiled to the desert. Though if you ask me, it's all a boatload of nonsense.
Alas, that's exactly what we've been trying to investigate. One by one, the village keepers have been mysteriously disappearing without a trace. But no one in the village has ever seen them leave. If you're planning to stay around the village for the next few days, I'd appreciate it if you could keep an eye out for them.
I've had encounters with those people in the past. I'll see what I can do to help.
The Matra are the ones responsible for their exile. Now that you're no longer with them, are you trying to
come
alleviate
on.
your guilt and atone for your past sins? I'm fascinated by how you think.
Mock me if you will, but if you are guilty, I will eliminate you, regardless of my position or identity.
Oh, you're the former General Mahamatra. You must be an expert in these kinds of investigations. Thank you for your help.
Is it because you're reminded of Hypatia? Oh, these poor scholars. First they lose their sanity, now this! We need to help get them back home, safe and sound. But, is it really a good idea to tag along with Sino? You seem like you really don't trust him.
I'll be grateful for the assistance. No doubt you will do a better job than some of my former subordinates. Let's start by finding a spot to share what we know so far.
Mr. Man in the Dragon Eyes. Thank you, Egan. Oh. What you got to say? Rose, oh Rose, grant me my wish. Blooming from a stone, the golden rose sang to me. She sang. It's a local Sumeru folk song called The Singing Rose, right? It's such a cute song. Too bad the boy ran off halfway through. Paimon would have loved to hear the whole thing and say hi to him. You must be new here. First time in Aru Village? Might as well be. Or you've never heard of that folk song. Well then, are you scholars looking to study abroad in Sumeru? I know that there are many foreign scholars in the academia. Do know a lot of scholars, but we aren't quite like them ourselves. No, we're not. Technically, we're adventurers, a glorious world-trotting duo. Paimon and TI. It's emergency food in TI. That's so funny. We're super famous adventurers, believe it or not. Wasn't mocking you, friends from far away. Just the opposite. It's a delight to hear uplifting stories like people traveling the world. When you're as detached from the world as I am, such enthusiastic remark can really catch you off guard. I'm sorry if I offended you. My name is Saba. I offer you my apologies as well as my welcome to the village. Were you talking about the Rose Folk song that Zied was singing? We could... Uh-oh. Hang on. Big yawn. Blah. We can talk more about it if you're interested. I hope it will liven up your journey. I'm going to sing for us, Saba. Paimon's dying to hear the rest of it. Sorry, I'm not good at singing, but we can discuss what the song is about. In a tiny village like ours, we don't have big... What? What is that word supposed to be? Athenium? Like they do at the Academia. All our songs are passed down orally. It's my belief that the wish-granting flowers in the song represents the collective imagination of our ancestors. In a harsh environment like the desert, water is an extremely vital resource, so they prized water-storing plants. So the more adverse the terrain, the more stories there were about plants. It's a reflection of our ancestors' yearning for a better life. At the same time, plants are also part of the symbiotic relationship between our ancestors and the flora and fauna of the desert. However, Aru is built on sand, and the soil here is actually not suitable for the cultivation of Sumeru roses. Sumeru roses I planted would never grow, so if you ask me, the golden roses in the song must have been a product of people's imagination. Paimon can't keep up anymore. He probably started out not keeping up. Silly Paimon. Is this what you usually talk with people about? I'm sorry, I thought since you were new here, you'd prefer such topics over farming or the weather. She is really adorable. Paimon got lost somewhere between symbiotic relationship and the collective imagination, but don't worry, Paimon understood that last sentence. Said that the land here isn't suitable for Sumeru roses, right? We've also seen them in places with moist soil. Speaking of roses, I was thinking that since you two are adventurers, perhaps I can hire you to... Now we're talking. We're battle-hardened adventurers. We can do any job, no problem. I know it's ridiculous to want roses that don't belong here to bloom, but regardless, I still really want to see them. I'm embarrassed to even say it, but that is my wish. She needs head pats and a hug. Based on what I know about those roses, they will grow if fertilized with highly concentrated dendro, even if you grow them in sand. But it's near impossible to get such fertilizer out here, so I'm wondering if you two may be able to get your hands on some. Dendro promotes plant growth and works especially well on poor crops, but I'm just a normal person without a dendro vision, and I lack the resources to obtain effective fertilizer. If it's just dendro you want, this is pretty easy, we've got this. Well, come on, let me do my thing. So... we've got the power!
Trainee Forest Ranger Kale, reporting.
She's cute. There we go. Can you wield dendro? Are you someone with a vision? I haven't met anyone like that in a long time. What a nostalgic feeling. Should be fine now, right? That's right, they should sprout soon if powered by dendro. Let's just wait for a while. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. They stop growing after sprouting a few leaves. The results were immediate, as I thought. Thank you. Too bad there's no flowers yet. Oh, that's normal. You can't rush such things. Plants have to go through stages of growth. That you were able to make them sprout is already quite amazing. Give the roses some more time to take in the nourishment. It will be better for them as well. I'm very grateful to you as it is. I wouldn't wish to bother you further. Just drop by and see them in your spare time. That would be enough. Yay! Probably should go ahead and... because we ain't got her powered up at all yet, and we've already got a bow user.
My experiment will succeed.
Wait, do I need to go down? Like, where? There we go. It was just on the outside edge of it.
Although I've sent myself into exile, I'm still doing essentially the same things as before. Do you still have any questions for me before we start our investigation?
Yeah, I'd like to know why they're referring to the Mad Scholars.
One of my former subordinates told me that this title has its origins in a strange incident. The Academia has long exiled Mad Scholars to Aru Village. A mysterious phenomenon exists here. When Mad Scholars first arrive, they are as incoherent and deranged as before. But after spending some time here, they invariably begin to calm down. Initially, the people of Aru Village greatly resented having to take in the Mad Scholars. But a strange incident one night changed that. Aru Village was struck by the strongest earthquake in living memory. Seeing buildings on the verge of collapse all around him, the then chief of the village was preparing to take everyone to safety. Suddenly, he noticed a Mad Scholar crouching in a corner, caressing the ground with his hands. A soft, green light radiated from him, like a divine glow against the backdrop of night. Despite the powerful tremors that ripped through the ground that night, all the houses remained upright, almost as if they had grown roots reaching deep into the ground. In the end, not a single building collapsed, and no one was hurt. After that, the people of Aru Village treated the Mad Scholars with greater kindness, and began to refer to them as the Village Keepers.
A soft green light? A Mad Scholar protecting Aru Village? What do you make of it, Traveler?
Must have been a Hedis power. I can get behind
I
that.
think so too. Actually, Sino, do you know if any of the Mad Scholars continued to wear their Akasha terminals at Aru Village?
In theory, they would continue wearing them so the Academia could still monitor their activities. With that said, the main Akasha system would no longer have any interaction with them.
Oh, no wonder! Everything makes sense then! Add in the fact that they calmed down, it was probably Nahida who calmed them.
If you are able to draw a conclusion from this one story alone, then it appears you possess much more information than I do.
Oh, he does not like that. He's an angry boy.
So, what do you make of the story?
Mad Scholar's power likely came from the Lesser Lord Kusanali. Lesser Lord was actually the one who protected the village.
Really? Lesser Lord Kusanali.
Yeah, Nahida, the cute one. The adorable one to protect forever. Archon.
What? You don't believe us? Lesser Lord Kusanali was definitely using the Akasha to give her power to the Mad Scholars.
Burr, you're cold? We'll wrap up in some blankets.
No, it's not so much that I don't believe you. I'm just struck by your reasoning. Lesser Lord Kusanali, the current Dendro Archon. Is she really active in Sumeru? The Academia has always placed far greater importance on the late Greater Lord Rukkhadevata. They've more or less ignored Lesser Lord Kusanali, and I've never had any reason to doubt their views. In addition, I've never heard any stories about Lesser Lord Kusanali and her deeds. To me, she might as well have been a god that never existed.
That's all nuts. I'm about to. Nice. Might as well have been a god that never existed. That's sad.
No way! Nahida definitely exists! She's a... how should Paimon put it? She's a good Archon who's kind and wise. Even if she says
We saved Sumero City together in the not-so-distant past.
I've spent many years interrogating criminals, so I can easily tell when someone is lying.
Good! Then you should know that we're telling the truth.
That look in your eyes. I've never seen that from a liar. You two really must have met Lesser Lord Kusanali. How can this be? To think, our Archon has been amongst us this entire time.
Alright, now it's our turn to put our skills to good use for this investigation. But easier said than done, especially since we don't have any leads. Maybe we can start by knocking on some doors.
Excuse me, are you here to help me find my grandpa?
Grandpa?
Huh? Who are you?
By the sounds of it, a resident of this village.
My name is Isak. You'll help me find my grandpa, right?
Is your grandpa a mad scholar?
Hey, don't say that. Grandpa is just Grandpa. Why do you have to call him that? It's not like he's a bad person or anything.
The person you're referring to is not a local, yet you are. Why do you call him Grandpa?
Grandpa is just Grandpa. He's my family. I heard everything you said to the village chief. Please, you gotta take me with you. I want to find my grandpa. I swear I'll help. I won't be a nuisance.
So you're the one who was eavesdropping on us around the village chief's house. I was planning to go out and take care of whoever it was, but I had a vague feeling that they didn't harbor any ill intent.
Whoa. Hazen wasn't kidding about Matra having sharp senses. Sino, he's just a kid. All he wants is to find his grandpa. Let's find a way to help him.
Sorry. I was only listening in because I wanted to know where Grandpa went. Honest. If you don't believe me, you can ask Miss Candace.
Well, I guess we're gonna have to help him before we can
But first,
go after
let's
Nahida.
confirm the facts with Candace.
Okay. Doop doop doop. Doop doop doop. What? Uppies? I want uppies. It's over that way. Okay. Where's it at? I want it. I'm gonna have it. I see Dendroculus. Okay. How else? Oh, it's right there. Found it. Okay, where's Candace at? Might be in here. Maybe not. We'll see. She'll ask Isaac to wait nearby.
Sino is super vigilant. Is this what all the Matra are like?
Ah, you're back already.
We just wanted to confirm something with you. Do you know a boy by the name of Isak?
I had a feeling he'd go looking for you.
Huh? You knew this would happen?
Yes. Although he tried his best to stay hidden, I still noticed him eavesdropping outside the window. He really wants to get his grandfather back. Isak's parents were both Aramite mercenaries who rarely returned to the village after finding employment in the city. He was raised by his grandfather. Unfortunately, it was only a few years before his grandpa passed away. Isak was still very young at the time, so various families in the village took turns caring for him so he could survive. Later, an elderly mad scholar arrived at the village. Isak thought the scholar bore a striking resemblance to his grandfather, and thus often spied on the man. However, The scholar was unkempt in appearance and incoherent in speech. Although Isak referred to the man as his grandpa, he was afraid and didn't dare to approach him. One summer night, the oft mumbling and bumbling grandpa suddenly calmed down and seemed to become more lucid. He even noticed Isak hiding in the distance. So Grandpa walked up to Isak and patted him on the head. He even took Isak to the entrance of the village, where he patiently taught the boy the names of the stars, and accompanied Isak until he fell asleep. The next morning, Isak woke up and wanted to go find his grandpa again, only to realize his grandpa no longer recognized him. However, even so, Grandpa retained his calm expression. It's said that those who saw the scholar claimed he no longer appeared to be crazy, but appeared to be living in his own world, almost as if he were sleepwalking.
So if they have the Shaka or Akasha, whatever it's called, still on, Nahida might have locked them in their own little world so they could still somewhat function and not be crazy? Maybe? I don't know, we'll come back to that.
Isak was thrilled that his grandpa was able to find peace, and would follow him all the time, asking him things like, "Grandpa, want me to take you somewhere?"
You gonna learn today?
I don't wanna.
Grandpa,
Hi,
could you tell
Pure.
me stories about the stars again?
How's Pure doing today?
All this somehow just makes Paimon feel really sad. It seems like they both deserve so much better.
Perhaps.
We're
Nearly
in the
everyone
process
who
of
lives
trying
in
to
the
rescue
desert has some
Nahida
form of
by
hardship
being
or
here for some
regret.
reason.
But even so, we must still continue on with our lives. It's also my reason for fighting. I must continue to protect this land.
Doing okay? Too cold at the moment? I do understand. It's going to really get cold here soon for us. It's going to stay like in the 30s and 40s this week. We're going to get a lot of rain. And then next week is supposed to be like a high of 15 or 20 or something stupid. Who said Grandpa was probably Nahida? She must have soothed the other mad scholars as well. From the look on Sino's face, he's probably connected the dots as well.
Maybe the people have always had a considerate god watching over them.
Huh? What did you say, Sino?
No, nothing. As long as Isak keeps his word and doesn't get in our way, we can take him along.
Perhaps you are more compassionate than I gave you credit for. Please accept my thanks on Isak's behalf,
Ooh,
Sino.
neck just did the explodey.
Hey, Isak!
Well, hopefully you got some blankets and stuff you can cuddle up with. Get yourself nice and rested and warmed back up.
We've cleared everything up. Let's go find your grandpa.
Really? Wow, thank you so much.
Grandpa will be found safe and sound. We can hope.
Yeah.
Alright. Let's ask the local residents some questions first.
It's a Scooby investigation. Dreams, emptiness, and deception completed. Okay. You, speak.
Excuse me, did you happen to see where the missing scholars went?
You mean the village keepers? Oh, let me think. When I was eating dinner the other day, I saw one of them by the side of the road, muttering away and eating mushrooms and tree roots. They shouldn't go around eating that kind of stuff.
They eat what they want.
Okay. Did you notice anything else?
Anything else? No, I think that's all I have to tell you. Sorry.
Well, how rude. Get your ass back here. I'm gonna run you through with a sword. Oh, that way.
The scholars that have gone missing. Have you seen them?
Those eyes. Those fierce eyes. You look
looked like a real fighter.
What, did she just have a wet dream? Come on now.
Don't change the subject.
Right. You were asking about the the mad scholars. I think it's been a few days since I last saw them. I usually go to bed pretty early, so I'm not too familiar with what goes on at night. But honestly, I feel quite sympathetic towards them. Even though they act a little strange, they've helped me in the past. If it weren't for them, my house would have collapsed long ago.
Do you also think Grandpa and the others are good people?
Grandpa? Oh, hello there. It's little Isak. You mean that nice man who looks like your grandpa's long-lost twin, right? He was actually the one who protected my house. I saw it with my own eyes. He happened to be staying near my house that day and was doing something with his hands on the ground. It still feels pretty surreal now that I think back on it. Did someone teach them how to do that? Well, whatever the case, I'll always be thankful to him and whoever taught him to look out for others. I'm pretty sure that if I ever went mad, I wouldn't be able to do anything like that.
Gotcha. Thank you.
Okay. I see something sparkly. Nice. Kitties! I want to pet the kitty. Why can't I pet the kitty? Makes me very sad. Oops. That wasn't a button I intended to hit. Oh, that's still the wrong button. Sucrose has got them moves.
Sir, have you seen my grandpa recently? You know, the one who likes to sit and space out near the village entrance.
Oh god. I'm sorry, Moo. We just got overloaded again. There's just so many bad guys. Come on. Yeah, we'll just start there. Give her another go, friends.
Oh, well, if it isn't Isak. Oh, your grandpa, huh? It's been a while. The last time I saw him, he was spacing out by the road as usual. I went and asked him if he'd like any of the food I had prepared, despite my wife's protests. Like many people, she's really quite terrified of them. And speaking of my wife, she's still always complaining about how I don't make enough mora. That might explain why she's always mad at me.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for taking care of him.
It was nothing. You're looking for him, right? Did he go for a walk and get lost?
Yeah.
Ooh, that's no good. Well, once you found him, come by my place again and I'll cook a little something for the both of you. I've known you since you were very young. So as far as I'm concerned, you're family. Please feel free to come by anytime.
Wow, what a nice guy!
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Huh? Don't say anything for now.
Okay.
Isak, stay here. Let's head over there. Stay quiet as you move.
Oh.
Listen, see if you can make out what they're saying.
Have you heard? The mighty King Deshret, the sovereign of our faith, will soon return to this world.
Yes, of course I have. King Deshret is the one and only true ruler of this land. I've never believed in any other gods. Still, you say he's coming back, but it sure doesn't feel like life's about to change around here anytime soon. What's your proof?
Haven't you noticed? The village has been getting more deranged scholars than ever. Delavar was saying that many people also went insane just before the fall of King Deshret's civilization in ancient times. We don't quite know why, but it seems like there's some sort of connection between insanity and King Deshret. Isn't it a sign of King Deshret's power that all the mad scholars have disappeared? If you ask me, they must have been chosen as the final sacrifice for King Deshret's resurrection.
Huh. Now that you say it, that does make some sense. Does this mean our lives are finally going to take a turn for the better?
Maybe your lives will take a turn for where you're speaking with your mouth moving. Drives me nuts.
Exactly. Those city folks will get what's coming to them.
Now, repeat everything you've just said from the very beginning.
Huh?
Who are you? Where did you come from?
My patience is running thin. You heard what I asked.
Okay. My dude is angry.
Yeah. Bro, this guy's something else. Just look at his eyes. One wrong move, and he's gonna flay us alive.
Let's not get on his bad side, okay? I am no match for this guy.
Oh, okay, good sir. What is it you would like to know?
Tell me about King Deshret's resurrection.
Well, I only know a few things from hearsay. I went for a drink the other day and heard others talking about a rumor that the madmen will disappear and that King Deshret will return to this land. I'm not making this up, I swear!
Hey, go on. Keep talking.
It's true. It's all true, sir. We desert folk have had more than enough of those people at the academia. They keep sending us all their mad scholars and won't let us have a good life. Would you want to live like this if you were in our place? The radicals were even more thrilled than me when they heard the news. We're all praying for King Deshret's speedy return. Delavar also said that once King Deshret returns to our side, it's only a matter of time before we conquer the land on the other side of the wall. They're all willing to serve under King Deshret and fight for a share of the glory.
Is that so?
Seems like he still wants to know more. Keep talking.
Got it. At first, I told myself it was just the drink talking, but then all the mad scholars vanished without a trace, just as the rumors said. Please don't beat me up just for mentioning these rumors. If I'm guilty, then everyone else around here is also guilty. I'm just saying what the others said.
The people here really like King Deshret, but dislike the Dendro Archon.
The Academia is probably the true target of their hatred. Good possibility.
Where is this radical person you talked about?
I haven't run into him over the past few days, so he probably hasn't been around the village. What about you, man? Have you seen him at all?
No, not at all. We wouldn't dare lie to you. He's really not here right now.
Sounds like you're not too close with the radicals.
No, of course not. All we know are their names.
I have many ways to stop you from talking. And many others to stop you from sending warning messages. So you'd best just stay home and hope I don't hear of you trying to contact anybody. Don't do anything until I've gotten to the bottom of this. Try something foolish, and even Candace won't be able to protect you.
Instill the fear of God.
Yes, got it. We'll do just as you say.
That scared Paimon half to death. Sino is pretty terrifying.
Good thing I'm not one of your enemies.
He didn't try to reassure us at all. It's like he's used to hearing that. Oh, Paimon bets lots of people have told him that before.
All the more reason for you to not get on his bad
I
side.
heard that.
Sorry.
It's part of being a Matra. The rumor we heard just now seems like a strong lead. But we need to check a few more places. Very well.
Isak!
I'm here.
I am here.
Where's your grandpa's house?
Well, I can take you there. Just follow me.
I'm not gonna lie, I am not the most appreciative of dealing with little kids in this game. But, you know, part of the story, gotta do it.
Grandpa? Oh, he likes to be alone. Sometimes he stares at the sky in a daze, and other times he just pokes at the ground with his fingers. Every now and then, he yells out at the top of his lungs, so a lot of people are really scared of him. But he's a good person, really. I know he is. I swear, he's just like my real grandpa.
I thought there was a... Oh, there we go. There we go. We leave no Dendroculus behind. Or we try not to. Kind of funny, he's leaving a trail and I'm not. It's like the game has given up trying to give us both, and we're just giving it to him.
Well, this is where Grandpa usually stays.
There sure isn't much here.
What's that smell? Who's that Pokemon?
No.
Incense? Please don't say it's the same one as before.
Same one as before.
But are you okay? Are you getting dizzy? Or need to
Oh! I know what we're talking about.
There's a scent that you can sense, but I can't.
A certain traveler here once passed out from that smell. Thankfully, Tainari saved the day. And then he gave us a long lecture to explain all about how it worked.
Pikachu, Eevee!
So, you know Tainari.
Huh? You know him too? Are you two friends?
Oh no, this is probably bad wording there.
Yes.
Oh, wait, you are?
Now that I concentrate, I can also make out the scent of incense.
Wait, surely Tainari didn't lecture you too.
No. No need.
I can't handle this scent very well.
Did you first encounter this scent at Tainari's house?
I was in the forest where a scholar was meditating.
In the forest. From a scholar.
I need to remember to go and go grab those images of the Eevee that I sent to you earlier today, when the Eevee with the zoomies. Because that was so painfully cute. I know we're going the wrong way. I'm being distracted by mushroom things. Are you getting sleepy? I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little bit on the tired side myself, but we're gonna push through. I'm gonna try and go to bed before 10, or, you know, by 10:30 range.
What are you looking for, Sino?
Here it is. Take a look right here.
Paimon doesn't see anything.
Although the traces have been completely buried in the sand, there are footprints here.
Almost 9 for you, not even 6. Yeah, but you're sick and recovering, so that's a little different.
From the size and shape, they belong to an adult male. This pattern is a common one from this area. Local shoes. This was probably someone from the village. The scent is quite faint. It's still extant. The footprints head in that direction.
But who would come looking for Grandpa? He doesn't have any friends.
We'd have to ask whoever lured him away with the incense.
Huh? So you can lure someone away with just a scent?
You get lured away by food all the time. That's funny. I like
Hey,
that.
what's wrong with liking good food? Everyone's got something they love in life.
And I love Lumine's smugness.
Exactly. Most scholars are fond of incense, since the smell supposedly helps them clear their minds and discover new knowledge. Even deep within the clutches of madness, they still yearn for their knowledge-seeking days, and will follow the scent whenever it presents itself.
So it's possible they've wafted it through the entire village without anybody knowing, and they just walked off.
No, Grandpa.
So, someone's taking advantage of their weakness? Huh. Still, why would anyone want to abduct all the scholars? Are the rumors really true?
It's the only lead we got.
The disappearance of all the mad scholars have something to do with the radicals?
It's highly likely.
Please, you have to save my Grandpa. Grandpa's never done anything wrong. Please help him.
Sounds like we'd better help get him back. Don't you worry, Isak. We won't let whoever took him get away with it.
Let's
Yeah,
head to Aru
something
Village
like
and
that.
inform Candace and the others about what we learned here. After that, we'll set off to find the scholars.
Okay, so... Up, maybe? Down? Yay! No!
Absorption test. Allow me. No touching. Speed of light. Cut to the chase. Don't blink. Born of ice and frost. Hey! Speed of light. A brash maneuver.
Damn, fungus!
Don't blink. My sword comes down.
Smack them all around a bit.
Access denied. Speed of light.
When we found a treasure chest, we might as well go after it, right?
Animal test. 63 away. Stand clear.
Oh, wow, there's stuff all over the place here.
Not bad. As
Okay,
far as
free
treasure is
stuff. We like
concerned.
free stuff. And the village is back this way, so we'll head back over here. Hopefully we won't get, that's kind of what I figured.
Don't blink.
Free meat! Sandy meat! Whee! I do enjoy this game's ability to fly, the openness of the world. So much fun.
Right. The darker fabric definitely looks a lot better. That'd be my choice, too.
God, she's got such an awesome
We're
voice.
back, Candace. We've got a lot to tell you.
Ah, welcome back.
What do we do with the... Oh, we abandoned the kid up there. He'll be fine.
Sounds like everyone's friends already.
Oh, Dia's here too!
You bet. So, everything goes smoothly?
Reasonably.
Alhaitham didn't go with you?
We haven't seen him at all.
Huh. I saw him around the village entrance earlier and figured he was investigating with you. I guess he must have gone off on his own.
Did you find out anything useful? I see. So someone used a kind of incense to lead the exiled scholars away from the village.
The resurrection of King Deshret? First I've heard of it. Far as I know, the kind of incense you just mentioned is only popular beyond the wall. Scholars are fond of it, but as you can see, there aren't many scholars still studying around these parts. No seller would be able to make a profit here. Not to mention, making incense is a labor-intensive process. You won't see anybody in the desert with the patience to make or sell something that requires that kind of effort. It seems someone from beyond the wall must have been supporting this.
Makes sense.
So what should we do then?
How about we go stab this guy in the face?
And search for leads there?
If it was any other day, that would be your next logical step. But today, you've got me on your team, so you get an extra tip. Didn't you say that the villager got his news from the tavern? Well, I also like to drink at the tavern, so I know a thing or two about these radicals he mentioned.
If Paimon remembers correctly, the leader of the radicals is some guy called Delavar.
Ah, yeah. Delavar, the scar-riddled bandit, Enger, the wide-eyed butcher, and Jabari, the duck-tailed bearded crook. The whole lot of them are known around these parts.
Still want to go stab this guy in the face.
These guys have one thing in common, and that's being broke. The rougher life gets, the more they want to believe in King Deshret. Way they see it, King Deshret's resurrection is their only chance at overthrowing the Academia. Throwing all of Sumeru into chaos is the only way to change the way of life here in the desert. Anyway, that's my guess why they've chosen to become radicals.
Tia! You're amazing! You really know this place inside and out!
Maybe I should stay quiet for now.
No merc can afford to slack off on gathering intelligence. Every more I've spent in the tavern has been a valuable investment.
I do like her, though. She's really awesome.
Let's head out.
Now hold on, you're staying right here, Sino.
Why?
Aru Village is not a big place. Outsiders stand out here like a sore thumb. I'd bet word about you has already gotten out. The desert is unforgiving, so the way of life here is also a lot tougher than on the outside of the wall. You survive on making connections out here. Compared to you, mercs like me are just third-rate amateurs. I've got no actual fighting skills to speak of, but that also makes it a whole lot easier for me to gain the locals' trust. I need to go around and ask some questions, but it'll be difficult if you're with me.
Fine.
Good, then we've got a plan. The Traveler and Paimon will go to Caravan Rebot with me, and we'll try our best to figure out where the Mad Scholars have been taken. Sino, you'll have to stay in the village and continue investigating on your own.
Alright, sounds like a plan!
Okay, so we just laid a trap for those guys. That was pretty obvious. No, wait a minute. I saw stuff sparkling. Was it just those, maybe? Oh, no, there they are. Gimme, gimme, gimme. Okay, here we go. Teleport waypoint. Let's freaking go! Let's do this.
Well, here we are again!
Sounds like you're starting to get familiar with the area.
Paimon's amazed every time we see the wall of Samiel. How can a wall this tall even exist? It's almost unreal.
I know what you mean. I had the same question every time I walked this way when I was a kid. Also, why is this high wall here? And can a wall really block sandstorms? It was only after I grew up that I realized the Wall of Samiel isn't just there to keep out the sandstorms. It serves a more important purpose, keeping out people like us. Sumeru is run by wise and mighty sages. To them, us desert dwellers are nothing but tools that can be used and discarded at their whim. We're cheap labor, like livestock, but easier to control. Nothing more. Even if a child from the desert got the chance to obtain an Akasha terminal, almost all their requests for knowledge would be denied. The academia believes we're underserving.
Undeserving, not underserving.
Geniuses like Sataria are 1 in a million. The other children never get a single chance to try and rewrite their fate. Even though the academia knows very well that we're humans, just as they are.
I really like the fact that this is definitely her hair, but it really looks like kitty ears.
That's terrible.
I would tear down this wall with my own hands if I could.
I don't know how she feels.
Tia, you're not thinking about doing anything scary, are you?
No, not at all. This place just gets me thinking, that's all. Besides, we're here to procure information, aren't we?
Yep, we gotta catch those.
Shh. Caravan Rebot is crawling with people, so be careful what you say. We don't want anyone to find out what we're here for. Our mission started the moment we arrived here. Let's go check out the tavern. Maybe we'll find someone I know.
Okay. We're going on a drinking date with a really cute lady. Doo-dah. Alright, looks like we need to go over here. Follow the waypoint markers.
Just our luck. None of them are here today.
You mean you don't see anyone you know?
Dia, is that you? What a coincidence. You here for a drink too?
Zaki. Finally, a friendly face.
Oh, and who do you have with you here? Guests from another land? Hello, hello. I'm Zaki. Dia's, how would you put it? Drinking buddy?
We've had drinks together a few times. You could say we go back a ways. Anyway, as far as my friends here, they aren't too shabby, are they? You rarely see any Outlanders so friendly and respectful nowadays.
Absolutely. Much better than those people on the other side of the wall. So, Dia, are you looking for someone?
Yeah. Have you seen Enger, Delavar, or Jabari recently?
Of course I have. Matter of fact, we were all here drinking together just a few days ago.
I've got a spice trading deal from another nation. I thought maybe Delavar and his friends might be interested. Know where I could find him?
Ah, how thoughtful of you. Then I assume you also know that Delavar's been having a hard time making ends meet these days, so you came here to help him out?
Hey, keep it down. Let's just say I prefer to keep this deal a secret. Y'all at Caravan Rebot are like family. If there's more to be made, why not do it together? Besides, Delavar and his friends have muscle. They'd be a good fit for escorting the goods.
Yes, how considerate of you. Delavar's my friend too, so of course I can take you to him. Come with me.
Okay. This feels like it's gonna be a trap, though. Wait. He didn't mention anything. Ah, man, we're gonna walk. This button? No. This button? Yes. What's that? Oh, okay. That's what that stuff does. Wait. There was a chest. What's the chest? Ah, we only got two? We only got two? No. That's fine. We got primogems, though. It's always good. I didn't realize we were getting free primogems.
Are we there yet?
Yep, this is the place.
This place is practically deserted. What are they doing in a place like this?
Why don't you take a guess? Go on, a wild stab in the dark. You're like lambs to the slaughter.
Mm-hmm. Not much of one. We already knew it was an ambush. Come on now.
What's this all about, Zaki?
Come on, Dia. You really think we didn't hear about what you said back in Aru village? The boys have kept a close eye on you from the moment you set foot there. Not only do I know that you're looking for Delavar, I also know that you've teamed up with people from the Academia to look for the missing scholars.
So, you've been watching us from the very beginning?
Uh-oh. Paimon knew leaving Sino behind was a mistake.
And you left the strongest one in the village, didn't you? Who
No.
do you think you are? You really thought we'd fall for your little business deal nonsense?
So you and Delavar have been partners all along.
Dia, I guess it's only natural for a traveling mercenary like you to be out of the loop. Those of us who hang around the tavern have stronger bonds than you think.
Can we just fight?
But you got one thing right. We're all looking forward to an uprising in Sumeru. There's nothing more we'd like to see than the desert folk overthrowing the Academia.
If that's the case, then I'm sure Delavar wouldn't miss a second of it.
I'll be honest with you. If it weren't for what you said in the village, your little monologue about the Wall of Samiel would have convinced me that you're one of us.
Delavar. And Enger, you're here too, huh?
Long time no see, Miss Mercenary. You should have known the traitors are what us followers of King Deshret despise the most.
I don't like his accent. I don't like this VA at all.
Dia, I thought that you, a fellow desert dweller, would understand why King Deshret is greater than the Dendro Archon. Little did I know, you don't deserve to join us.
Yeah, gee, what a missed opportunity. Adopting radical views and kidnapping innocent scholars, all because of some baseless rumors. Anything else I'm missing out on?
Here we go, friends. Good luck.
See? There you have it. Mercenaries are just a bunch of faithless scum with only one thing on their minds. Mora. Pathetic. You're all like a pack of street rats.
You're not wrong. Mercenaries are driven by Mora, and my faith lies with whoever's paying me. As long as there's a profit to be made, anyone can become my friend.
Enough talking! Get him!
Yay! Battle time!
Just as I expected. Let's teach him a lesson, traveler.
Oh, I'm gonna enjoy this. Let me at him! Let me at him!
Following orders.
Leave it. Move touching. Access. Speed of light. Hey! Animal test 6308. Stay clear. Enhanced tech.
Get them all where they're in one spot and just slaughter the lot of them.
Impossible!
That took no effort at
How
all.
could you?
So, what do you think about your meticulous network now, Zaki? How did you say it? It's only natural for a traveling mercenary like me to be out of the loop. I'm guessing your informant told you that I'm just an incompetent merc with no real fighting skills, correct? I mean, that is what I said after all. And of course you would believe everything he reported. The only thing you know about me is that I'm a mercenary, but you've never seen me in action.
1 second, we're getting that going. Stream Raiders is ready to roll.
Even though you heard we went to handle monsters together, you believed that Candace was the only one doing all the real fighting. That so-called Flame Main is just a fraud. She admitted it herself. She just uses her connections to gain the trust of others. That's what you thought, right?
Ugh. You lied in the village because you figured that we'd have people watching you.
And you were stupid enough to fall for it. I figured as much the first time we drank together. You all thought you were so smart. Pathetic.
She could talk down to me anytime. I'd be okay with that. I'm not afraid to admit to that one.
Okay, that should be all of them.
Whoa! So you've been planning this since we were in Aru Village?
Let's
No
go.
task can be done without preparation. I just happened to notice a couple suspicious-looking people while you were out investigating.
Oh, but instead of catching them right away, you let them report back.
Those two who were snooping around were just a couple small fries. If we want to get the real catch, we have to be patient and give it some time.
So those names you mentioned.
Oh, you mean the funny names she mentioned back in Uncle Ampu's house? The wide-eyed butcher, scar-riddled bandit, Paimon can't remember them all.
That's just a bunch of drunk talk. Edgar and Delavar like to talk themselves up when they're drinking. Edgar, the wide-eyed butcher, and Delavar, the scar-riddled bandit, are the nicknames they came up with for themselves. Alcohol has a way of making people share what they really think. So Edgar and Delavar are always rambling in the tavern about how King Deshret is a superior deity.
They just haven't met the sweetness and adorableness of Nahida. That's what it is.
What about Zaki?
He's just a numbskull who fell right into our trap. Zaki was probably the best hidden of them all. My initial plan was to find Delavar first, and then try to track him down.
So who's the ducktail bearded crook?
That's what you wanted to ask when we were at Uncle Anpu's house, right? Jabari's one of the villagers you talked to. You know, the one who wanted to treat Isak and his grandpa to some food.
Wait, so he's a radical too?
No, he isn't. I just needed to tack on a random villager name to make the eavesdropper think that I was making some wild guesses based on my impressions.
Wow, what a genius idea! Well, that's an expert mercenary for ya.
Ah, you're too kind. It was straight from the usual playbook, if I'm honest.
So, that thing you were saying before, is it really true?
About what?
About how mercenaries only care about Mora, and that anyone's a friend as long as there's a profit.
Does that bother you?
Don't think you're that kind of a person. I'd have
What
to
makes
agree.
you so sure?
Because even without an employee, you're still helping us out. Gotcha.
Dia, do you dislike the Dendro Archon like the other desert folk?
You two are pretty sharp. No, I don't have anything against the Dendro Archon. I've heard a lot of nice things about the Lesser Lord from Dunyarzad. I can understand her devotion and gratitude. Dunyarzad's just an ordinary person. There's no way a god would be so involved in the lives of everyday people, unless they were truly compassionate. I've begun to realize that the sages are behind everything that's happened recently. The radicals' blind belief in King Deshret, making the Dendro Archon out to be an enemy. It's all the Academia's trickery. But I see through it all. And unlike them, I can never be hostile towards anyone who's never done anything wrong.
Dia.
Anyway, looks like we're done with business here. Traveler, lend me a hand. Let's tie him up and bring him to the village.
This seems like work. Just stab them. Stab them in the face with a rocket launcher.
This should be all of them. I'll let you take it from here.
All right. I'll be in touch. Until then, please stand by.
Hang on a second. Ow! That was my nose.
Candace, do you need any help?
That.
Candace will be okay on her own. I trust her, so you can too.
I trust her. I trust her for reasons.
She's been guarding Aru Village for quite some time now.
Many
If
reasons.
anyone is qualified to question the offenders, it's her.
While I'm questioning them, why don't you pass some time by exploring the area?
I'll meet you back here tomorrow morning, Traveler. As for these idiots, let's just hope they live to see another day.
Alright, well, so technically we just need to be here, wait till the next morning. I don't really think there's anything other than that challenge thing down there. Let's go see about knocking it out real quick, and then we'll set ourselves up for the next day. Alright, let's rebuild the stamina. Oh, excuse me. Collect 8 dendro particles. Oh, come on. Nope. I don't know if we can get back in time. We'll have to start over because we fell down. Damn it, TI. I'm getting back here. Calm down. Need to keep remembering to push in the middle of my spacebar because pushing to the outside, it doesn't trigger anything. Easy peasy.
That's everything.
Alright, let's take, yeah. Take the quick trip back up.
Next.
And we'll wait here. That's the wrong section. Oh wait, achievements. World Wonders of the World. We got Complete Dreams, Emptiness, and Deception. Yep, there's still more achievements to be had. Must be down here. Complete a total of 10 open world time trial challenges. Nice. And that clears that up. Alright, time to change things up for the time.
Procrastinating.
Hey, Dia!
What's going on?
Right on time.
Did we learn anything from the criminals?
We'll know any moment now.
Paimon's been wondering. You seem to know Candace pretty well. Have you been friends for a long time?
We've known each other for some time now. She's a pretty interesting person. Even though she's an extremely strong warrior, she never misuses her powers against others.
Oh, Paimon knows what you mean. Like a lot of martial artists say, never take the fight outside the ring.
Yep, I guess you can put it that way. It takes strong convictions to be as dedicated as she is, and shoulder that kind of responsibility. Us mercs, on the other hand, we pretty much live from one day to the next.
Well, Paimon thinks you're great too.
Really? Thanks for that.
Hmm?
Oh, Sino's here, and he's pretty early too.
Yes, I was here yesterday to help out a little.
That help out? By doing what?
Answers.
Sharing some interrogation techniques.
Oh, you mean you taught Candace some more persuasive methods?
I love how Paimon is very hesitant about going into details.
Right.
Come on in, everyone.
Come on, let's go inside.
Candace, where? Whoa, you look furious.
Do I? Huh. What gave it away?
Oh, there's no mask that can hide true bloodlust. Cover up your eyes, and it'll still show itself at the corners of your mouth.
Perhaps I need to work on my composure. Still, it's perfectly understandable why I'm angry. I'm sure everyone present would agree.
Yes, ma'am.
Please, don't beat us anymore. We're gonna die.
Oh, you poor pitiful man.
Well, looks like Sino taught her well.
You fear death yourselves, yet you do not hesitate to place the lives of others at risk. The absurdity is mind-boggling. The ones you call mad scholars are known to us as the Village Keepers. They are vital members of our community, and some even count them as family. You come here, to my village, and you treat my people as nothing more than stepping stones towards your goal. Tell me, what would you do to you in my position?
Mercy! Please, have mercy!
You've made your bed.
We may all be desert dwellers, but there's one thing that I understand better than you. The resurrection of King Deshret will only result in war. And war serves no one. The people of Aru Village care little about which god is in power. Life may be tough and tiring, but we wish to preserve our way of life. A war would only cause us to lose all that we have. And that is not a responsibility that you can afford to shoulder.
We understand. We're sorry. I'll tell you everything I know. Please, just let us go.
I'm listening.
You might not believe this, but it wasn't us who came up with this idea. Someone was spreading rumors in the tavern. That's how we ended up hearing about King Deshret's resurrection. Some mystery man told us that mad scholars will make the perfect sacrifice to usher in King Deshret's resurrection. They give their lives, and we can get anything we wish for.
They're called Village Keepers. Slip up again, and you'll regret it.
Yes, sorry.
Nice, he's even jumping in on it.
It was all that mystery man's doing. He told us to spread the word about King Deshret's resurrection, and talked us into helping him. In return, he said he'll help facilitate the resurrection process. I'm not sure.
That's one.
Huh? One what?
Strike. You get a total of 3. Then, you die by my hand.
I need to go to the bathroom real quick, so if you guys need to get up and, get drinks, snacks, bathroom breaks, now's the time to do it. Be right back. And we're back. 15 minutes left on Stream Raiders, friends.
Wait, I'm telling the truth. We don't know anything. It was all him.
2.
He got us to lure them out of their houses in the night with some kind of incense. We take them to a junction outside the village. Then the mystery guy takes them from there. You gotta believe me, please. I'm telling the truth, I swear. Just ask them if you don't believe me.
That was indeed the truth. Traveler, go on.
Me? No idea who the mystery person might be.
You have to believe me. If I knew that, I would have told you his name right away. I'm not risking another beating to keep his secrets. No way.
Damn, she was vicious. Get down on my knee and offer her a ring.
That guy, he wears a cloak, and he's always careful to cover his face. He calls himself King Deshret's envoy.
I believe I may know what's going on.
Uncle Anpu? What do you mean?
It was him! Dio! Oh. What?
Smooth.
Okay, speak.
If my suspicions are correct, this mystery man they speak of could be from the Academia.
I wonder if it's the Titagami or whatever his name is from the Forest Ranger. He's the only one that I remember that wears any kind of cloak.
Some time ago,
Be a hell of a
people
twist.
from the Academia attempted to take the village keepers away. I refused, insisting that they are part of our community. It strikes me now that this secretive character shares the same goal they had.
Which means it's highly likely that the Academia was purposely spreading a false rumor to trick the radicals into delivering the village keepers right into their hands. They were the ones who brought them here to begin with. Now they're trying to take them back. We aren't gonna let that happen.
Not the Academia again.
In Sumero City, Soteria also mentioned King Deshret's resurrection is just the Academia's misinformation campaign.
Just as I thought. But what could they want with the village keepers?
People are nothing but tools in the eyes of the Academia. A change in their plans likely means they found another way to exploit the scholars.
Oh, it has to do with Nahida. It has to. She's met with and calmed them all down, so now they want them back to see what she's done.
Regardless,
that's what it's going to boil down
our
to.
top priority now is locating the village keepers.
You're right. Isak is still waiting for news on his grandpa.
Time to go. Let's leave the village and try to track them down.
Yes. Pack up and get ready to leave.
You got it. Candace, I'll let you deal with the radicals. Leave everything outside the village to us.
All right.
Let's meet back here once everyone's ready.
It's gotta be what it is. Nahida's the key. She calmed them down. Now they want them back.
Let's get some food in us and then we'll... Where did you come from?
Well, as you can see, I am merely sitting here and reviewing what we have deduced thus far.
You were gone for ages, and now you're suddenly sitting here musing to yourself? Where have you been anyway? Hey, what's with the silence?
You never think things through before asking questions. I'm giving you some time to make up for that.
I'm on.
Paimon's so mad! Paimon's gonna give you an ugly nickname!
Go ahead, I won't stop you. Yeah, good luck, Paimon.
Never mind. Paimon's got nothing. There's just this guy. It makes it so hard.
Well, you've heard nothing to suggest I left this whole time. So clearly, I stayed in the village to investigate.
Yes, clearly. Yes, yes.
Anyway, you plan to leave Aru Village and keep searching for the truth of this matter, yes?
Kick some ass and take some names.
We're not gonna find out anything more by staying here, so we thought that we might as well take the search elsewhere. Enough with the silent treatment!
Maybe he's giving us time to think.
No. I'm just surprised that you decided to team up with him.
Alhaitham, you haven't helped us out at all ever since we arrived at Aru Village. Bold of you to question our choices.
Yeah, you're all talk.
While you were investigating, I had my own work to do, which I've now finished.
Really? Paimon doesn't believe you.
To be honest, we aren't really a team, so I have no obligation to inform you of my whereabouts. Not to mention that going separate ways allowed me to find some important information that you all had missed.
Huh? Right here in the village?
Correct.
What did you learn?
I'm going to take you to someone. But before that, you need to understand where she's coming from.
What does that mean?
How do you think the residents of Aru Village feel about what we're doing? In other words, do you truly believe every single word the villagers tell us?
You mean some of them lied to us?
Hiding the truth does not necessarily equate to lying. Again, these people have their reasons. Remember what Candace said? Most people in Aru Village don't necessarily care which deity is in charge of Sumeru. That's because whether King Deshret or the Dendro Archon has power is of little significance to them. By contrast, the perils of their daily lives are ever-present concerns. They won't simply share everything they know with you without good reason. That's why you believed there was no further information to be found in this village.
So you're saying we can find new info from someone we've already spoken to?
Glad you're following along. Among those you have talked to, there's someone who was consciously keeping you out of the loop. In fact, she's been observing your every move since you arrived. The reason being, to someone who only wants to live their life in peace, any external factors introduce unpredictability into the equation.
Those eyes. Those fierce eyes. You look like a real fighter.
Don't change the subject.
It's quite obvious that she's intimidated by Sino's authority and strength.
Right. You were asking about the the Mad Scholars.
See, I thought she was acting weird too when she referred to them as such.
She corrected herself mid-sentence because she's aware that there are King Deshret fanatics in the village. If she sounds too friendly towards the village keepers, she could easily make herself the radicals' next target.
I think it's been a few days since I last saw them. I usually go to bed pretty early, so I'm not too familiar with what goes on at night.
Remember? She made a point of denying her involvement in anything that occurs at night.
But honestly, I feel quite sympathetic towards them. Even though they act a little strange, they've helped me in the past. If it weren't for them, my house would have collapsed long ago.
After speaking to the village chief, it became clear that the village keepers had protected Aru Village at night. In other words, the young miss was very much awake during that time.
Then why would she lie?
By getting involved with an outsider, she risks drawing unwanted attention to herself. As for why she might be so wary about all this, maybe you should ask her.
Well, let's go.
I'll pass on this one. You said that she is afraid of me. If so, it's best if I stay out of this.
We're on it!
Oh, right, that way. Knock, knock.
Miss Shawnee, as we discussed earlier, I've brought someone with me.
Mr. Alhaitham, I'm aware of where you stand, but how can I make sure that your friends think the same as you?
Huh? What do you mean? dance or something?
Go ahead and talk to her. You'll get the answers you want. Go on. Earn her trust.
Is it really that simple?
May I call you Traveler? Hi, Traveler. I want to ask you something. Do you think the resurrection of King Deshret can truly change Sumeru for the better? Why's that?
Only result in conflict.
That's very similar to what Miss Candace says. I know you two are friends. That's why I'm willing to talk to you, even though I do have some reservations. Before, I wouldn't even have the courage to ask something like this. Traveler, do you believe our lives will get better?
Can't promise anything, but I'll do the best I can.
Yeah! We came here from another nation, so it isn't wrong of you to be weary. And we aren't really residents of any one nation. But even so, we've met lots of people from different places, and we've always fought for what we believed in. We have friends in Sumeru, and we want to help them. That's why we decided to stay here for a while.
That looks so cool back here as a background item. It'll be an awesome Minecraft build, not gonna lie.
I want to trust you. My apologies for posing my questions like that. To be honest, I didn't expect you to come back for more information.
Oh, Heathen told us you have your reasons. It's okay. We understand.
The fact is that only one side of my family is desert folk. I don't really fit in anywhere in Sumeru. Some believe in the Dendro Archon, while others believe in King Deshret. I don't belong to either side, and neither side would want me.
Speaking of which, the radicals mentioned that they despise traitors. Do they just think that anyone who's different from them is a traitor?
Yeah. Some people can be so narrow-minded when it comes to bloodline and beliefs. It makes no difference what I say or how I behave. I'll always be suspected of having ulterior motives. Slowly, I just stopped talking to people. I pretended not to hear or see anything. All I want is to live my life in peace. And then it happened. The village keepers who had helped me disappeared with no explanation, and I didn't dare breathe a word about it to anyone. Until now.
You can tell them. I'm sure she'll keep your secret.
All right. I'll tell you what I told Alhaitham. I actually have a sharper sense of hearing than most. Sometimes, I hear strange crying sounds in the night.
There are ghosts?
Shut up, Paimon.
Perhaps. I'm not sure. It's faint, but it's definitely the sound of crying. It comes from far away in the distance, and always carries very raw emotion. It used to be louder and more frequent, but ever since you arrived in the village, it doesn't seem to happen as often, and when it does, it's much quieter. I have to focus really hard to make it out.
I confirmed this with the guards on night duty. They also have someone with a good ear, and he's heard similar sounds at night. But, because we're in the middle of a desert, he would rather believe that they are the cries of beasts than ghosts.
Should make out where the sounds are coming from.
There's really nothing around these parts, except for an old hospital not far from the village.
Ooh.
I think they used to use it for treating Elazar, but it's been abandoned for years.
Yeah, let's go!
Where are we going? I need to go. I need to get there now. Go, 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 go. No. Wrong button. Haha! Got one. Ooh, a Sealy. Should take it to its court. One second, friends. Let me get this going. Thank you, Moo, and since 1982. Good luck to the both, or all three of us. Ooh, spiffy. Looks like it might be his court there.
Speed of light. Hey! No touching. Absorption test. Animal test 6308. Absorption. Don't blink. With swords from shadow.
Give me the stuff.
We should make the most of these supplies.
Wow, that's a lot of food just laying here. Hang on a second. We did not win, sadly. I'm going to be around for at least one more round of this, so let's go. See what we get. Maybe, possibly. Just let it go. Oh, there it is. We'll throw down with you. Yoink, yoink. And there we go. 30 minutes on the clock, friends.
Ooh,
You need to
is
fix
this the place? It's in terrible shape. And there's sand everywhere.
Empty and forgotten. An ideal place to hide people.
Smack this guy around for a minute and knock him out.
I'll be back.
He'll be back.
Allow me. Don't blink. Stay clear. Absorption test.
Okay. Now where is the Dendroculus?
Monsters! Watch out!
Oh, there it is. Wait, how do we get out of here? Come on. There we go. Excuse me. I can't get out. There we go.
Stay clear. Animal test 6308. Swirl, Mark 2. Absorption test. Speed of light. Access denied. Incoming.
Ah, crap baskets. Oh!
This is long overdue. Access denied.
First, rebuild. Animal hypospace. Speed of light.
Ow.
Into the tank. No touching. Animal test 6308. Absorption test. Don't blink. Sword, shadow. Allow me. Hold the line.
Got him.
They were easier to deal with than Paimon had expected.
What were you even expecting?
Super strong bandits? Or monsters taller than buildings dropping out of the sky? Or, you know, something like that.
Paimon just needs to shut up and not give them ideas.
He looks super serious. We gotta stay on our A game too.
What's that?
This is the one.
there's explodey bombs.
Let's go in and take a look.
No! Just let me go do my thing. Dick. Come on!
Hey, Ethan, we haven't found Squad. Are you sure we aren't wasting our time here?
Patience. Shawnee says she only hears the crying at night. We have time to burn. Until then...
Okay, I've got things I need to go look
I'm
up to.
taking a break.
And just like that, he sits down. Wait, he even brought a book to read? What are you reading? Let Paimon see.
Okay, sure.
Huh? The natural position, which is the positional propensity of an entity in natural motion in contrast with an object in forced motion? Huh? When free from external influences, every entity displays the tendency to follow its natural trajectory?
So, you got that?
Oh, Paimon gives up. You keep reading your book. See ya. How is he so relaxed? Look at him, reading an impossible book in a creepy place like this.
You know, it wouldn't kill you to read a book once in a while either. Maybe it's time you spread your wings and become learned.
Hey, what good is that gonna do for you? You're acting like one of those annoying grown-ups who go around nagging people to focus on their studies.
The more you learn, the more money you can earn to support me.
Hey, what gives? Shouldn't you be the one providing for Paimon? Oh, right. Okay then. Thank you for working so hard and earning so much more. If it weren't for you, Paimon would probably still be floating around in the ocean somewhere.
You know, I really wish it gave us a better explanation or cinematic or something on how Paimon and the Traveler meet. We never really learn about that.
Thank you.
Or at least I've not run across that. Can I just be back in control? There's a treasure chest that popped.
Paimon's getting so sleepy. Huh? What was that sound?
There it is. It's coming from that direction.
Control. Give it to me. Now.
Is the sound coming from here? Huh. Paimon's not seeing anything.
Because it's under the trap door, dum-dum.
Hmm? It's from below.
But there's no way we can get down there.
Something is off about the interior here. As I thought, there's a hidden structure.
Wow. It's like they tucked another hospital into this one. Oh, it looks like there are other mechanisms around here. Let's keep exploring.
Thank you.
Let's move out.
Now, we killed a bad guy. It made the chest opening noise. Where's the chest? Set up. Ding-a-ling-a-ling.
This world is full of...
Okay, where's number 2? Okay, it's not that one. That one was 1. That one is 2. That one's not unlocked yet. That one's not unlocked. Well, dadgummit, where's number 3? Okay, what about over there? That one is also locked up. Ah, that's why it's locked up. Cycling if you watch the VOD, I'm sorry, friend.
Access denied. Incoming. Allow me. Born of ice and frost.
You guys are kind of a pain in the ass to get.
Incoming. Don't blink. Hold the line.
There we go. So, did that open up? Not. There we go.
Speed of light.
Is that it? Okay, so we had to do that so we can get in here. Ancient key to open the old cabinet. Ooh, no, we don't have a key. Okay. Patient Abba's male, 23 years old, mole on the left side of forehead, left-handed. While his condition remains very serious, survival will be difficult without professional medical care. The patient's survivability, once found, immediately inform. Don't give up, stay positive. All beings are under the watchful eye of the divine. Don't ever give up. Keep a balanced diet, rest regularly, maintain a good mood. Monday, minty bean soup. Minty! Tachin lunch, curry shrimp, panipuri dinner. Okay, very well. darkened remains of a stem inside the vase. It was probably used to hold flowers. The words for Avon are at the bottom of the bottle. It seems to have been a gift to someone named Avon.
Look, there's someone over there. Good idea. Let's approach him slowly without alarming him.
Wait.
Waiting. Can I go now?
You're...
He can't speak, and his eyes are unfocused. But he looks too young to be anyone's grandfather. Also, why is he the only one here?
Didn't expect to see him here.
You know him?
He's Razak, a senior of mine at the Academia.
He's a scholar too? Is he the kind that holes up in a forest and mumbles stuff about training?
No. And that's the problem. Razak was never involved in any of those things. He never trained in the forest, let alone reach Satyavada life. Leaving that question aside for the moment, him being here alone means that we might be too late. Looks like they've already taken everyone away. For whatever reason, they left Razak here. Perhaps they simply didn't have time to come back for him.
Ew, smudge stains.
There are drag marks on the ground. They're clearer by the doorway. Someone was forcefully drawing a cart that was loaded with something heavy.
Loaded with people?
That is one possibility. It looks like they were in a hurry, as if they were afraid of being caught. In their haste, they failed to notice Razak hiding in a corner. The symptoms are identical. Looks like we found living proof.
Huh? Why do you say that?
Allow me to jog your memory. Recall your time at Port Ormos. Don't you think his symptoms look familiar?
You're my guy who went mad.
Oh, now that you mention it, they're acting the same way.
Correct. The Academia is behind all of this. It isn't difficult to deduce their rationale. First, the Academia spread a false rumor of King Deshret's resurrection, emphasizing the role of the village keepers, the mad scholars who were exiled to Aru village. These rumors were all the persuasion that the radicals needed, and those based in Aru village leapt into action. Unbeknownst to them, of course, through rounding up the scholars, they were actually helping the Academia. As well as being able to exploit the radicals for their own ends, this scheme has one further advantage to the Academia. All the risks and responsibilities are offloaded onto King Deshret's followers. Life for the desert dwellers has been brutal ever since King Deshret's death all those years ago. Beneath the surface, feelings of desperation are widespread.
I thought Deshret died like hundreds or maybe even thousands of years ago. Am I misremembering?
Many would give everything they have for the prospect of something better. Anyone looking to exploit that for their own ends simply needs to make a few empty promises. Even if complications arise, people will see that those involved are all followers of King Deshret and look for no further explanation than differences of belief. A deep-seated mistrust of the desert and everyone in it by the rest of Sumeru will make sure of that. The notion of an Academia plot wouldn't even cross their minds. It may seem like a simple strategy, but it is able to work wonders under Sumeru's current circumstances.
Oh, that makes a lot of sense. It's in line with the village chief's theory, too. But there's still one very important question. Wasn't it the Academia that brought the scholars to Aru village in the first place? Why does it want them back now?
Throughout this process, one thing has changed. The scholars' identity. First, they were scholars. Then, they became lunatics. After that, they were exiles. And finally, they become missing persons. An exile is still patently a living, breathing human being. But when someone becomes a missing person, that is brought into question. If you can't find someone, you have no way of knowing what exactly happened to them. That makes missing people an ideal resource.
Resource? For what exactly?
One possibility is that the information in their brains could be extracted into knowledge capsules.
Extracted? You mean canned knowledge comes from people's brains?
With the technology of the Sumeru Academia, it's entirely possible. Perhaps the process caused them great suffering, which is why they cry out in the dead of night, when no one is watching them.
So, the human brain... Nope, nah, Hyman doesn't want to think about this.
Did you learn of this technology?
I'm the Academia scribe, after all. I'm familiar with their projects. Anyway, judging by Razak's state, the contents of a divine knowledge capsule were extracted from his mind. But something went wrong in the process. Or perhaps his curiosity got the better of him, and he used such a capsule for himself.
Hyman's a little confused. Can they just use anyone's brain?
Can't be right. Most of the mad scholars had made contact with the divine consciousness in the forests. That's what the Academia is after. Also safe to assume that this knowledge has something to do with the Fatui, the Doctor, and also the Balladeer. They're using divine knowledge capsules to turn a Balladeer into a god.
The look on your face tells me you've realized the answer. That's right. To some scholars, gaining knowledge about the gods is their entire life's pursuit. Extracting canned knowledge is just one of the extreme measures they turn to. However, I can't help but wonder, what do they seek to gain from divine knowledge? The Academia is going out of their way to look for forbidden knowledge, but what is their ultimate goal?
To eat pizza.
I've spent quite some time trying to analyze the contents of the divine knowledge capsule, but to no avail.
Maybe they want to replace the Archon?
Thinking is too different from theirs.
I mean, they've been trying to get the Gnosis from, and they did get the Gnosis from the other Archons. Maybe this is another step in that procedure to become all-powerful?
You mean you're not even slightly interested in getting your hands on this forbidden stuff?
All scholars seek to expand the horizons of knowledge, but I'm not particularly interested in gods, so I don't share their degree of zealotry. Extracting information from people as if they were lifeless objects? If this is the direction of academic progress, then the Academia may as well shut its doors.
Sounds like you're really against all this.
Of course. The Academia's actions run contrary to their rules. Whether it be academics or knowledge, everything has its boundaries. If those lines are crossed, the rules and order that govern everything in the world will be destroyed. This matter needs to be corrected, just like fixing a typo in a book.
Wait, didn't you step in to help because you felt sympathy for those poor people?
Not to be callous, but no. My criteria are a little more restrictive than that. There is no shortage of suffering in Sumeru, and the same can be said for the rest of Teyvat as well. What do you plan to do about that? Save every last person?
Probably not. Paimon's not sure.
Motives are more specific and personal.
You can say that. Simply put, I don't blindly place my faith into strength or heroism. I do what I want. The divine knowledge capsule is something I want to investigate in full. That doesn't mean I'm willing to take action for the sake of a few strangers.
Though he rejects the notion of a greater moral responsibility, he justifies his actions because they are true to his personal motivations. Someone like him might actually make for a better ally.
I've been wanting to say this for a while. There are a lot of bad guys in the Academia, but you're not one of them. You're their weirdo.
What?
You're probably right. Though I must say, I quite enjoy this feeling of being the odd one out. Uniqueness is also an asset, is it not?
Wow, that's a great way to think about it. Paimon's really impressed. If only Miss Shani had a similar mindset, her life would definitely be a lot easier.
I'm just a more likable person than her in general. There's nothing more to it than that.
What do we do with him?
It won't last long if we leave him here. Let's take him with us. We'll work out our next step after we return to Aru Village.
Okay. No ancient keys down here for me to scarf up? We will definitely, very certainly have to find that. I want to know what's inside that thing. Who? There's a name inscribed in this bowl, Avon. There weren't crooked cravings of Arbaz, Abbas, and sugar jar on them. It would be difficult to imagine this dirty clay jar was ever used to store sugar. Okay, so nothing of import here. I want in that thing. Okay, I'm not really seeing anything else we need to deal with here. We got 5 minutes left before Stream Raiders goes off. Ooh, there we go. There were some crunchy. We might go one more round.
You must be tired. You should rest and take some water.
What's the situation?
Who's this?
Unfortunately, somebody who's too young to take on the role of Isak's grandfather. Nevertheless, he's one of the people we're trying to find.
You saw in the abandoned hospital and share your current theory.
So, at one point in time, the abandoned Elazar hospital served as the Academia's site for extracting divine cant knowledge.
Yep, pretty much.
Their plan must have been implemented at some point before we arrived at Aru Village, since divine cant knowledge has been in circulation for a while now. Yet, they fled once we were headed to the village, almost as if they knew we were on their trail. Why is that?
Yeah, why is that?
We may have a mole in our midst. One of us could be secretly revealing our whereabouts to the Academia.
Huh? Are our friendships that shallow?
Looks like none of you have realized wherein lies the issue.
Can you share your thoughts?
Sino, you're the reason why they can predict our movements.
Wait, what's that supposed to mean?
Choose your next words very carefully.
It is simply a logical inference. I have my reasons.
So what you're saying is, Sino's the mole.
An unwilling one, maybe?
Interesting. And here I thought you were the most suspicious one, Al-Haytham, since you were always acting alone.
I know. You have a point. But I realized something as we were returning from the hospital. Sino isn't like any of us.
What are you trying to say?
Do you still remember who you are, General Mahamatra? As a Matra, you are no doubt privy to certain kinds of information. Before you can take action against someone, you are required to have all the facts available, including the less than savory details. Simply put, the Academia has traditionally allowed you access to a wealth of sensitive information. Knowing their modus operandi, wouldn't you expect them to take precautions against you? If you want to raise a vicious wolf, you need to make sure that you can avoid its bite.
It's true.
The Academia is monitoring me?
It's not that simple. The Academia has eyes all over Sumeru, but they have a special protocol for dealing with you. Every so often comes a Yagarbaha Day. On this day, the Academia enters new information into the Akasha through knowledge capsules. I remember seeing a thick notebook next to the control panel once. Its contents were all about the General Mahamatra, his activities throughout the day, preferred methods of enacting judgment, everything.
You're saying that the Academia entered my information into the Akasha too? But what's the point in doing that? My actions aren't important enough to be added into the Akasha.
The Akasha is capable of computation. The Akasha's algorithms are entirely capable of predicting your movements using the data entered. When you would depart, the route you would follow, your destination. It knew all of this.
It predicted my every move.
The Academia has been watching you longer than you think. However, the fact that you resigned is proof that their suspicions were well-founded.
So that's how it is. Sino adheres to his principles so strongly that he's actually a thorn in their side. Tenacity of will and steadfast faith are worthless to the Academia. They need scholars who are easily pliable and mindlessly go after anything they can profit from. Sino, don't take it to heart. This just proves how much of a trustworthy ally you are.
They escaped because of me.
Don't blame yourself. It's not like any of us would have known.
I have an idea. If they predicted my movements, then I might be able to guess where we went.
Oop, that's not what I wanted to do. Here we go. Starting battle.
Whoa, you bounced back fast.
There is always an opportunity for safety after danger passes.
Come on, gotta get to this guy.
Oh, so that's how it is. Paimon gets it now. If the Academia is trying to avoid Sino, then the safest place would be...
One step behind him?
Yep, that's right.
They'll want to proceed in the direction opposite of where I'm going. I must go.
There's also something I want to investigate.
Let's go, guys! After him!
Please, wait! I want to go too!
No, you just stay here. Your voice is annoying.
You want to go too? If so, you have to promise you'll stay safe.
I want to find Grandpa. I promise I'll be careful and not cause any trouble.
Everyone, I leave him in your hands.
No, just keep him here. Tie him to the stool.
Yay! Let's go! Remember to pack some food with you.
There we go.
Paimon feels like we're missing someone, though.
I'll be awaiting your good news.
Okay, who will we missing out on then? And this will be the last run of Stream Raiders for the night, friends, for sure. Oh, excuse me. Oh, looks like we got a little bit of a walk ahead of ourselves. Never mind, we're good.
So, where do we go from here?
You remember the route you took?
Yes. After leaving the village, we should head straight toward the desert.
I know the desert like the back of my hand.
It's gonna make me walk slowly behind him.
Yep. One time, Grandpa almost got lost in the desert, but I was the one who brought him back.
Ah, come on! It's right there. Alright, let's go. We got one, so that's better than nothing, I guess.
There's something here. What's this?
It's buried in the sand. Looks like we'll need to roll up our sleeves and do some work.
And Paimon thought running around everywhere was already enough work.
You're still floating.
Okay. So, we have to dig it out? Whatever's down there looks like it's buried really deep.
These are likely fragments of an Academia-developed device, something akin to a headset. Looks like there were more than one village keeper. They must have been escorted this way because there are device fragments scattered around here. Let's split up and search the area. Chances are that we'll find other things nearby.
Excuse me, you should be done. This is the last run.
Looks kinda scary.
This is definitely a device used to extract divine knowledge.
How did it end up buried in the sand? That can't have been part of the plan. They must have been attacked along the way.
I just didn't want to cut this thing in mid-sequence where we're at.
Wait, what?
Grandpa, I hope you're okay.
Go back.
Don't worry, your grandpa's gonna be fine.
Razak didn't display any signs of starvation or dehydration, which means that they left fairly recently.
We should be able to catch up.
One more thing. Given that the device had been entirely covered by sand, I believe the attack must have happened prior to the sandstorm.
Yep, sounds right.
Let's keep going. They can't have gone far.
A lot further than you think.
Running on sand is so tiring.
But you're flying, aren't you, Paimon? Is flying over sand tiring too?
Of course it is.
Not up, emergency food.
Voices, over there. It sounds like an argument.
Whoa, you have really good ears.
Don't get any closer. They'll notice us.
Dia's talking with the Eremites? Very interesting. Let's listen in.
If you had informed me sooner, there'd be plenty of room for us to...
You're one of us. We would never lie.
Scholars. You don't know as much as I do. Need me to...
I knew it. That's our Dia.
Dia? Why would you?
Ah, come on, kid.
What are you doing?
Huh? Didn't you say you'd help me find Grandpa? Why are you on their side?
Well, look who's here. Ain't that something?
This complicates things.
You've betrayed Aru village?
So, this is the great General Mahamatra. Dear, you'd be better off as my assistant than hanging around with this motley crew. Seen for yourself, I have the means and methods, and my ideals are far more admirable than theirs.
I'm not the type that's easily swayed, Raman. You of all people should know that.
Wait, what's going on, Dia? Whose side are you on here?
Shut it, Paimon.
It doesn't matter. Whichever side you pick, nothing can deter us from the grand mission of resurrecting King Deshret. Once our Lord of Old returns to this land, we will have a new beginning.
Face the facts, Raman. It's not gonna happen. You should understand that more than anyone. Have all your years as a merc taught you nothing about placing hopes in a ruler?
I'm a desert dweller and a proud follower of King Deshret. Whether I live by the edge of the sword or in peaceful comfort, my soul will always carry this conviction.
It's not too late yet. The village mad scholars aren't gonna bring King Deshret back to life.
You don't understand, my dear lady. Pursuing our faith is our purpose in life. Even if the chance of success is 1 in a million, we must be willing to give everything we have.
Even if it'll expose you to the Academia? Even if they end up disbanding the Eremites? Your Eremites, which you've worked so hard for all these years?
Yes. We've waited a long time for this day to come. The sun and the moon no longer shine here. All you see now is cracks in this desiccated land. But fate has finally dealt me a hand to play against the Academia. With these scholars in our custody, we'll stomp the Academia's forces and fight our way beyond the wall of Samiel.
Ridiculous. Think about it. The Academia controls the entirety of Sumeru. Your powers are negligible in comparison. If you still don't believe me, then try asking these two men. They're also against the Academia, but neither of them are as arrogant as you are.
They look more like pawns of the Academia to me. Why would I listen to anything the people of Greater Lord Rukkhadevada have to say? Filthy traitors. Your god abandoned all honor and betrayed King Deshret. We desert dwellers will never trust the likes of you.
It's impossible to communicate with someone so hostile. Perhaps we should.
Do you really believe that by kidnapping the scholars, you'll be able to negotiate with the Academia? These people have no value as bargaining chips, but I could be persuaded to take their place as your next hostage. These scholars were exiled from the Academia. I, on the other hand, am their current scribe, and will be a much greater asset to you.
Wait, you can't be serious.
So, you want to trade places with the hostages, do you?
Precisely. Any wise person would gladly accept my offer.
What are you thinking? What if they decide to kill you instead?
Well, that would be bad luck for me. However, I'd get the chance to observe the scholars, perhaps even find out the truth.
Think you can talk me over with that confident look of yours?
I'm not trying to persuade you. I'm using this as a means of joining forces against the Academia.
You are the scribe. What do you have against the Academia?
Not all desert dwellers believe in King Deshret, and the same applies to the Academia. Why must all knowledge seekers approve of the Academia's way of doing things?
You Academia scum. Every last one of you is nothing but a hypocrite, just like everyone else on the other side of that wall. I've made myself clear enough. I won't listen to another word from the Dendro Archon's people.
Not so fast. I'll hate them. Do you stand by everything you just said?
I never make empty promises.
You know you're making a dangerous decision, right?
I do.
Good. Raman, hear me out. These people are my friends. Maybe you can't take the followers of the Dendro Archon at their word, but what about me? Do you trust me?
We've known each other for years. Of course I do.
In that case, I'm willing to vouch for their honesty with my right arm. Come on, Raman, don't be a coward. If you're serious about taking on the Academia, you need to steel yourself. You can't be afraid.
An arm from the Flame Mane. You've piqued my interest. But what if you refuse to oblige? What should I do then? No one's a fool here, Dia. We're mercs. And mercs don't tend to live long unless they have their wits about them.
You're not wrong, but this is different. I promised my friends that we'd bring back the village keepers together.
Let's do it right here then. Give me your right arm as proof of your resolve.
I don't like how this is going.
Don't listen to him! He's not even trying to negotiate! He just wants to make things more difficult!
That's fine.
Are you crazy?
We came here to save lives. One arm for that many people is still a pretty good deal, if you ask me. Raman, I'm holding up my end of the deal here. You'd better not let me down.
Sure. Go ahead and cut off her right arm.
I don't like that.
No! Dia! What are you gonna do? Think of something!
We just kick their asses.
You don't have to go this far.
That's not for you to decide.
Do it!
Dia! Run!
Stop!
What's wrong? Can't do it?
Flame Mane, you and I are both desert folk. Cutting off your arm is no different than cutting off my own fingers. Where's the sense in cutting my own kin to pieces?
What? Which part are you confused? The fact that she's offering her arm up? I think that's her main arm, so she would basically be eliminating herself from ever being useful as a merc again.
You've shown me that you're serious. Go on now, take your friends and leave. Meet me in the desert at noon tomorrow.
What was he gonna do? He was gonna cut off her arm and take it as payment for the people that he had kidnapped. But he was just testing her resolve. Or are you talking about the Apophis-looking guy?
I was really counting on him not going through with it.
Dia! That was crazy! Have you all lost your minds? What if he'd actually cut your arm off?
Then I just have to hold my claymore with my left arm.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm sorry. But sometimes when you're out on a limb, you gotta double down to seal the deal, you know?
She's crazy, and I still love her.
Don't ever make a promise like that again. I can deal with the likes of them. If it came down to it, you would not lose to them either.
I don't doubt it, Sino. But this is about more than me and them. There's a lot more where they came from. Even if we got rid of one bunch of radicals, there are others out there. Wiping them out would do more harm than good.
As you wish.
I'm sorry, Dia. I should have stayed put and listened. I should have trusted you.
It's okay. I promised you I'd help find your grandpa, so I'll do whatever it takes.
Whatever it takes? You just might be scholar material.
Oh, that was such a freaking slap to the face.
Huh? Are you serious?
The Eremites once said that I was a lunatic. Perhaps a little madness is essential to be successful in research.
Why does it feel like he's using his praise for me as an excuse to brag about himself? Okay, let's get moving. We should head back to the village and rest up. Today was just a trial run. Noon tomorrow is gonna be the hard part.
Return to the village, rest in your rooms. But what are the chances of success? What are the stakes? There's no way of knowing. Madness is required in research, at least astrophysics. Yeah, a little bit. Tick, 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 tick. Oh, big stretch. Oh, goodness. Gather at the entrance. Over here. Over there. From the windows to the walls.
You're all here so early.
Looks like we have everyone here. Isak, are you sure you want to come with us?
I'll watch from a safe distance. Dia, I want to be there to bring Grandpa home.
Okay, let's go then.
Dia, wait.
What's the matter?
I heard that you were quite reckless yesterday. No more of that today, understood? Or I'll be very upset with you.
Ma'am?
Fine.
Everybody's got a little bit smitten with her. Alright, where are we going? Wow. All the way over there? it up above me? No? I feel... whatever. They're so far away from each other you can't actually hit them. Feel like I just ran a marathon? Uh-oh. Starting to feel even more sick now. Oh, I don't like this. Well, hopefully you, behind that. Let's see if I can get up here real quick. I think we've come across this one once before. Didn't have any real luck getting in. Okay. Come on, Slowpoke. Let's go. Where's it off to? Oh, there's its pedestal. What you got? A common chest.
Is this an answer from this world?
Can't do it any other day because can't stay in bed all day tomorrow. Gotta drive my car around for a bit, then check battery voltage. Can't do it any other day because it's gonna be snowing and freezing. Yep. That was the wrong button. Just outside of range. I'm gonna be driving for about 30 minutes, give or take. Yeah, you're right.
Huh. They got here before us.
Uh-oh. Is it because Paimon overslept by 5 minutes and held everyone up?
You didn't have to admit to that.
Is everything ready?
Absolutely. Although, you brought fewer people than I imagined.
Bring him over.
Grandpa! Why is there only one of them?
Rahman, I've always thought of you as a man of his word. What's this about?
It's a one-for-one exchange. Sounds fair, don't you think? And let me put it this way. Agreeing to any kind of deal with the Dendro Archon's people is already a huge compromise on my part. Don't you think you've asked enough?
Check voltage, 11.88. So yeah, it was under voltage there. Check after 30-minute drive.
You stay right there!
Has more to do with the amperage of the battery. The voltage is sort of important, but the amperage is where it's going to get you. Oh, hell yeah. Did I mention she's hot?
Playmate! What do you think you're doing? Don't you see this blade here?
Multimeter with DC amp and DC voltage.
Why are your hands shaking?
second. It's a earthquake!
Nita? Oh wait, are we gonna finally be able to go after those other
Paimon's dizzy.
You should send me a picture of your tester thing that you got. Yeah, to do a proper battery test, you need more than a multimeter,
This day's going
sadly.
just great.
What a nuisance. The sand dune collapsed. I saw an energy field. The village keeper protected us. It glowed green with dendro. Just like you said, it may well have been the remains of Lesser Lord Kusanali's power inside the scholar's body. The dendro archon. The present one.
Grandpa? Grandpa? Oh no, he's getting confused again.
Hey, look around you.
There used to be a temple here?
Is now.
It seems that when the sand dune collapsed, it exposed these underground structures. The symbols on the gate belong to King Deshret's civilization. This structure must be ancient. Over time, the sandstorms completely buried it and left it in the state we see now. It could have been an underground palace in the distant past.
Oh, a miracle. Praise King Deshret!
Just kill him.
What's he doing here? And his men too?
They must have fallen down here with us. Pretty lucky if you ask me. Most of them seem in really bad shape. Except for him. He got off lightly.
Mind your head.
No, this isn't the time for conflict. Our exalted lord has shown us the way to his sacred palace.
He's not actually gonna go in there, is he?
As it happens, I want to take a look inside too.
What are you doing?
Don't you think it's curious? 1 minute, Lesser Lord Kusanali's power protects us from harm, and the next, remnants of King Deshret's civilization appear. Two major deities are vying to showcase their power to us. It would be a shame not to witness them both.
Paimon thought you weren't interested in gods.
Indeed. In my view, gods are just a higher form of living being. Or creature, you could say. New discoveries are always worth investigating. Whether they have anything to do with gods is neither here nor there.
Raman, what are you gonna do about your men?
I'll just let them lay here. King Deshret will take care of his people. Right now, I'm going inside.
So he's just gonna let his men die. Anything of value?
Grandpa?
Okay, so we can't talk to him. Nope. Well, they're not helpful either. Alright. Well, looks like we know where our next phase of the game is going to be here. Doesn't look like there's anything else really to investigate. So let's bring up Stream Raiders, as that's going to be a really good place for us to leave things off. And let me take a look. While we're waiting, I want to see who might be online where we can raid off into. So, what do you guys think? Do we think we're on the right path with Nahida protecting those scholars, for starters? Do you think she was the one that calmed them down, and that's why they're wanting them back so badly? And then we, of course, have King Deshret, which we are trying to figure out, is he capable of coming back? Is this a battle we're going to have to fight? Is he just going to be some big mob boss beast creature? Some interesting things to figure out for sure. Oh, okay. I see somebody to raid. A hydrate and a posture check? Ah, thank you. And a stretch. Thank you. I really, really, really enjoy Genshin. There's just so much you can do in this game. You don't technically have to pay to play, but so much that can be done. Got 175k point things. Are we talking about channel points, or are we talking about things for Genshin? Looks like... Yeah, channel. That's a lot of points. Okay, just a few more seconds here. No, it doesn't show up on this. I thought it used to show... Ah, it does when you're not being dumb, TI. 10 seconds, friends, and then we can light the match, as it were. See what we can't do. Thank you, friends, for all of the unit placements. It's very kind of you. 35 placements. Nice, you snuck that last one in there. Ooh, they're just going to bombard the crap out of us with this thing, aren't they? No, it comes to us. Okay. And it's gone. Getting them kills, getting them kills. Let's go. Moo, what you got there? He's a fish. Oh, we still can't move? There we go. Oh, oh, oh! I think the arrow and the explosion happened at the same time. Nice. Congratulations, friends. It is time for me to call it before I get yelled at by a certain somebody in chat. I wouldn't know who that would be. Who would do such a thing, let's see. Already yelled at you. Yes, I know. Let me get the raid message up there. We are going to raid a person we haven't seen in quite a while. I haven't seen her play games lately, so it's kind of nice to see. She is currently playing Pokemon Scarlet or Violet, not sure which. Let me get... Haha! Did I get the right one? Nice! Alright, well thank you friends very much for hanging out with me as we chilled out with some Genshin Impact, expanded upon the story that we, that continuously always grows. Got more areas we get to cover, and the next time we do some streaming of it, we'll see what the temple has in store for us. Probably not Wednesday, maybe Friday. Hard to say. Could be next week. We'll get there eventually. Anyway, friends, thank you for the fun time of Stream Raiders. Hope you all have yourselves a wonderful Tuesday, and I will catch you all on the next live stream. See you later, friends.